Apparently, I have a malfunction. Never mind. I thought I had a malfunction of my mouse when I pushed the middle mouse button to pause, like I do to remove that, and then to unpause to do this. It didn't do that for some reason until after. Hold on. This false. I'm gonna have to look up this conversation on the Wikipedia and read it to you guys. The first part because I thought I unpaused when I started talking, and apparently I did not. Please forgive me.
More time would do me good. Time to distance myself from that anger. I think that is why the Council agreed to send me with you. They think, perhaps, that in your company, I will be able to free myself from it. I thank you for your concern and your acceptance. I will strive to prove that I am worthy of your company and trust.
Alright, that's where I was. Are you alright? Doing alright? I thank you for your concern, but I'm still a bit shaken. Why? What's wrong? I've been thinking about myself and about Quintoria and about my fall into the dark side. Sorry, I don't know why I started. I keep thinking. I think that's where it came into. I'm not gonna read that part, perhaps. I keep thinking it'll be my anger that drove me that far. Nearly drained, nearly blanked me. I look inside myself now. I look inside myself now. I can still see it. I still feel it. And then the rest of the conversation.
How may I... What did... Of course.
We go to mission and then we're good to go. If she had it.
Hey there, what can I do for you? Don't worry. I won't let the search for Griff get in the way of what we're doing. Let's just get back to the task at hand. Is there anything else I can help you with? Okay.
Hey, it's time to leave it. Now, my first pick is going to be casual. God. There we go. I'm both good. As you can see, this is the last lone location that I was telling you about when we looked at the map. Here is the star. We're on Tatooine. And then that's the Jedi one. But we are going to Tatooine. I want to get our next companion. He's one of the main companions on my team that I want. Potentially. The other one is on the Wookiee's planet. So... Or doing anything major wise, especially leaving a planet. Or going to a star. Hold on.
Lord Malak, the Star Forge is operating at 200% capacity, far beyond our expectations.
I am more interested in the young Jedi Bastila and her battle meditation. Have you learned how she escaped the destruction of Taris?
She was aided by Karth Onasi, a decorated war hero of the Republic and a legendary soldier. During the Mandalore Wars, he was honored many times for his bravery.
You know this man?
Yes, Lord Malak. He served under me when I still followed the Republic. You could say I was his mentor.
Interesting. How did you acquire this information, Admiral?
An eyewitness, Lord Malak. Calo Nord, a bounty hunter, was there when Bastila and Karth escaped the planet. Apparently, they left him for dead.
A Jedi and a war hero. It's a wonder you survived the encounter.
I am hard to kill, Lord Malak.
Calo has agreed to help us capture the young Bastila for a very hefty fee, of course. But I assure you he is well worth the price. His reputation as a bounty hunter is well earned.
Oh,
Our
good.
companions are nothing to me, Calo. But I desire the young Jedi taken alive, if at all possible.
Lord Malak, forgive me. There is something else. May we have a private audience away from the ears of the common soldiers?
I trust you are not wasting my time, Admiral Kareth.
I promise you will be very interested in what Calo has to tell you about Bastila's other companions, Lord Malak.
Ooh, vision time! Like a cave of some sort. I think that, again, this takes place, like I said, like, yeah, it's 300 something, 3,000 something, hope. But again, I think this is so far before even Anakin's mother and probably her mother and father were born. Potentially.
The Force has given us a vision, like the one we shared on Dantooine. Did you see it? Of course. You must have. The Force is strong with us both. Tatooine is known for little but blowing sand. I find it surprising that there would be a star map somewhere in its desolate wastes. A star map would likely have to be within some kind of shelter to protect it against dust and sandstorms. I suspect there are many such caves and caverns hidden in the sands of the Dune Sea. The creatures of this world probably use them as their lairs. No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star map's location. How can I help? Yes, I did. I wanted to speak to you about our mission and what lies ahead for us.
Okay.
It seems fate, or the Force, is driving us into a confrontation with the Dark Lord. You must prepare yourself for when we face Malak. The confrontation will be difficult for you. I remember how hard it was when I first faced Revan. It's true that due to my battle meditation, I was with the Jedi strike team that boarded Revan's ship. We did not kill Revan, however. Our mission was to capture Revan if possible. It was Malak who turned on his own master, firing upon Revan's ship while we were still on board it. It was his desire to kill us and his master both. Thankfully, we narrowly escaped the vessel as it exploded. As I said, we were there to capture Revan alive. The Jedi do not believe in killing their prisoners. No one deserves execution, no matter what their crimes. Remember that Revan and Malak were once great Jedi, heroes in every sense of the word. They demonstrate the danger of the dark side to us all. I'm sorry, we really shouldn't speak of this anymore. The memory of my confrontation with Revan is painful. Let's return to the mission, please.
Yes, what's it? You got...
Oh, we forgot to talk to the Mandalorian dudette. Oh. No, you didn't do it. Strangely, the food storage system would be disturbed recently. Annoying, your party would have done this. This must be someone on board. Have you torn it out? Oh, from pet vermin, known system. Okay. Wherever the thief is, they manage to avoid detection by you and your companions so far. Maybe reveal the stowaway. Yeah, let's do that. Find us. Both better. Here.
Kipuna, Bonana Kichu.
Girl that Josh is gonna love.
Selima Wanga Kunbitkin. Mucho Shakapaka.
This is girl that
Mucho Shakapaka.
That we.
Mucho Shakapaka. Mucho Shakapaka. Tonki ba non tontek. Kipuna, Bonana Kichu. Selima Wanga Kunbitkin. Tonki ba non tontek. Tonki ba non tontek. Tong abuk shami no nok. Tonki ba non tontek. Tong abuk shami no nok. Tonki ba non tontek. Tonki ba non tontek. Tong abuk shami no nok. Mucho Shakapaka. Tong abuk shami no nok.
Now, if you're trying to just, now, whatever you do, do not, I repeat, do not just throw her off the ship unless you want Darkside Point. Especially. I think you can avoid all this nonsense if you just take her back to the one person, but I want to learn her language.
Tong abuk shami. Tonki ba non ton. Tonki ba non tontek. Tonki ba non. Kipuna, Bonana Kichu. Kipuna, Bonana Kichu. Tong abuk sha. Tong abuk. Tonki ba non tontek. Selima Wanga Kunbitkin. Mucho Shakapaka. Mucho Shakapaka. Tong abuk shami no nok. Mucho Shakapaka. Selima Wanga Kunbitkin. Kipuna, Bonana Kichu. Kipuna, Bonana Kichu. Tonki ba non tontek. Tonki ba non tontek. Dong abuk shami no nok. Selima wanga kun bikin. Tonki ba non tontek. Kipuna, bona na kichu. Kipuna, bona na kichu. Kipuna, bona na kichu. Dong abuk shami. Mucho shakapaka. Selima wanga kun bikin. Tonki ba non tontek. Mucho shakapaka. Tonki ba non tontek. Tonki ba non tontek. Mucho shakapaka. Dong abuk shami no nok.
I don't think about it, said nothing. Awesome. I do want to make a quick pit stop. However,
Yeah, what do you want? I don't have as many strange stories like the last one I told you, but I do have a couple about me and the stuff I've done. In one battle above the world of Althir, my unit managed to defeat a force of Althiri 10 times our own size. That battle gained me command of an entire subsect of my clan. For 5 days, they had managed to hold off our forces, keeping us to the outer rings of their world, preventing us from attacking it directly. My task was to assault one of their flanks with a false attack. The Althiri would be drawn out by the units I had sent in. Once they had surrounded those units, the bulk of my forces would attack from the rear and defeat them in detail. Things didn't go as I had planned. I saw an opening, a mistake they had made in the disposition of their forces, and took it. While fending off our main force, they had let their fleet split in two. The center of their entire fleet was left exposed. I turned my forces and assaulted the center of their fleet, decimating them.
most of these I don't know because I don't never talk to them like this or done like this of their like side missions and stuff. I've only done a few. Like do one girl they can romance and the other girl they can romance. I've never done cursed romance because they really have to have this as a girl.
Their slow, ponderous ship could not turn to face us without being overwhelmed. The command vessels were destroyed in seconds. Their ranks were thrown into chaos. It was amusing to watch the surviving ships scatter and flee. Several even tried to dive through the plane of the rings to escape us. They were shredded by the rings, or crashed into rocks, or were destroyed by our forces as we pursued them. Warriors do not flee from a battle if they are losing. They fight to the end, as we did against your Jedi Revan. Another time, maybe, I'll tell you about how the war with the Republic went. For now, let's just get on with things. Is there something else you want to know? Your choice. I'm here if you want something done right.
So you know what? I think I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna be on Tatooine for a while. Let's take her back now, real quick. For some reason it did not show that cutscene and I don't know why. I don't know if it's been doing that this whole time or what. But bruh. Not cool. Once you talk to your learner language, or regardless, just come back here and talk to them.
이쿠쿠노 노바 물리라 지군 동히트 군 전칭 네 보보제 마타 네 분나게 돌비 기규하나 지그라투로다 보그라시 언니용 컴
Yeah, I think we already did know all this.
이킹쿠노 바물레라 지군 슬리모포도나 룬디호동가쿠 홍카베 제도바도 와는 이디보보 동나뭉샤 누누냐 동바두카시막 달래야 룬다 디호동가 군 홍카비 원어 군베스 칭 발라물레 통킹바 누노닥 독닝 셔투군데 물레라베스 아주타 원가 군비스 돌비 기고야나 동 바투가스 막딜레야 론다 디호동가 군 헝가비 원어 군베스 칭 발라물레 통킹바 누노닥 독닝 셔투군데 물레라베스
Mucho shakapaka.
돌바다 뻥과레 간도 난구구 쭈쭈트 가바둠 쿠필리오 보테냐 보나나이 쿠추 하와가 보스카 초콜라 무차샥 방카
Tipuna. Bonana kichu.
타콤 주스탁 미키 그라벌 모고 같이 이따 호동가
Dong abuk shami nonok. Dong ki ba non tontek. Selima wanga kun bikin.
통하이트웜 지지 좀 룸바 이따 포에 티키토 돌바다 뻥과레어 간도나 추추트 같이 주 이따 돈동가 유말리다 꾸떠둔 지라물라네 니두보보 원가 콤비스장 바 물리라
I said Winston tag. Only time I know they've made it off the ship before I get back. Good. Now let's go back. Does Basilisk have anything else to talk about?
How can I help? Yes, I suppose I can understand your curiosity given the bond that connects us. Very well. I'll tell you a bit about myself. I was found to be strong with the Force at a young age, as most Padawans are. As a girl, I was given to the Order to be trained. When I joined the Order, I left my family on Talravan, as all Padawans do. My family is still there, the last that I heard. I've had little contact with them, as it is discouraged. Relationships with family members are fraught with powerful emotions. Such extremes are to be avoided. Anger and hate are the worst, but even love can lead to folly. Emotional entanglements can be dangerous. They can impair rational thought.
Oh, we've learned
They can lead to
that
outbursts of
before.
uncontrolled emotion. A Jedi must be above such things.
Oh, yeah. Look back at Anakin Skywalker falling in love with Padme. Look how it turns out. His vision of her dying. And doesn't know what to do. So he resorts to the Sith Lord, which find out the Sith Lord that the dark side can help him, but in doing so, he just makes the prophecy of his vision come true. If he would have gone to the council or let the counselor get arrested, then or like die or whatnot, well, Padme would have still been alive, and none of this would have happened.
It can be a hard lesson to learn. I was not on good terms with all of my family, but I do remember missing my father terribly for a long time. Very close. I was only a little girl when I left my family, but I still remember him fondly. He was kind and gentle and doted on me. My mother, however, was different. I was not on good terms with my mother. I was only a little girl when I left, but I was old enough to resent her and the way she treated my father. She pushed my father into treasure hunting. I spent all my young life on ships, traveling from one false lead to the next. She whittled away my father's entire fortune.
and I hated her for it. I think she was relieved to give me to the Jedi, but my father was heartbroken. A child is too young to understand the sacrifices that must be made. It's better if they have no contact with their family once they're removed. Once I was older, I realized the wisdom of this policy. A Jedi must do what is needed, personal desires notwithstanding. Love can only obscure and confuse the matter. Even a Jedi cannot always control the feelings of the heart. We must do our best to guard against it, no matter what the cost. But some sacrifices are harder than others. I do not wish to discuss this anymore. I would rather return to our mission.
Yes, what's on your mind? You get...
Huh.
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan? What is it you would like to speak to me about? Of course.
Okay, so I guess we'll go back to Tatooine now.
Incoming fighters!
I was not ready for that. I don't know. Okay, I don't know why it's not showing the flight patterns when I do that. And it shows the sky battle. But like I said, those are completely random. Like, we just went... Last time I did that, on my own playthrough, playing this on the PC, it did not have that happen to me. And this time it did. Okay, it's completely random when you get attacked by those things. You gotta always be ready. But I feel bad that it isn't showing you guys the travel cut. I really do. I don't know how to fix that. Potentially, I'm gonna try to see if there's a way around it.
Welcome to Anchorhead, potential customer. Zerka Corporation stands ready to serve. After some formalities, of course. First, your ship is not on our list of planned arrivals for today. There is a docking fee of 100 credits because of this. The immediate benefit is access to these very docking facilities. This is the only port in Anchorhead. Once you've paid, we will offer trade services as well. We're not unreasonable, we just want to cover expenses. I thought you would.
Yeah,
Without these fees, Zerka Corporation would have closed this port years ago. This will cover any future landings as well. It's like a registration, so we can serve you better when you return. Now, as a customs officer, I can provide information on services. Is this visit business or pleasure? That's not much information. Could you tell me more? You a digger? I've heard of ruins being found now and then, but they've always been stripped by sand people soon after. You're not going to get anywhere with them. I guess you could ask around, but I doubt you'll learn anything different. You could always ask a Jawa. It's hard to tell what they know. As you wish. If you need anything else, I'll be here.
Papuilta, Kolo Luz, Ivan Rebut, Ikelti Remote.
What shipment are you talking about?
Untasta Shelfa, Ustakel Chief, Kolo Luzna. Papuilta, Kolo Luz, Ivan Rebut, Ikelti Remote.
Not the right ship.
Kolo Luz, Ivan Rebut, Ikelti Remote. Tuftadan Kelfa, Hoi Sidan Kelfa. Tudun Tuftuan Van Nibo Kelfa, Hoi Sidan Kelfa, Inugan Kelfa. Papuelta, Kolo Luz, Ivan Rebut, Ikelti Remote.
Now, you can buy poison from that dude right over there, if you are interested. Or you can go to the water world, or water is not a... But either way works. Where we want to go is Roy Shop mainly first. So we do want to stop on this right here.
La boda ni winkis maktoma, wana kumbes chingpa marulira, tok chingbang non kek, tok ninja mulira rabes, uba patu kochi, tong nongbong shang nungyang, tong katok smakdelia. Kuyabi juskuna jiktanai, ina kun marulira rachikun, slimo patona, ngundi hadonga chihong kabi, la boda ni winkis maktoma, wana kumbes chingpa marulira, tok chingbang non kek, tok ninja mulira rabes.
Can I help you? These are the offices of the Zerka Corporation. I trust you have business with the company. If this is about employment, I'm afraid all regular mining positions are full. And before you ask, we are also no longer selling hunting licenses. As I said, we are no longer selling them. There are too many people cavorting about outside the walls as it is. Well, normally we charge 200 credits, but I could make an exception if you agreed to perform a task for us. It's similar to hunting. The sand people are becoming a problem. They destroy our sand crawlers and kill our miners. One particular tribe is the worst. It's as if their chieftain has decided to wage war against us. I would like their attacks terminated. Bring me their gaffy sticks as proof. If you agree to do this, I'll give you a hunting license now and pay a bounty for each stick later. I'll give a bonus for the chieftains. Excellent. Now, just so we understand each other, this is an enforceable contract. Zerka Corporation takes this very seriously. Here's your license, and a few directions. We believe one of their enclaves is in the far south of the Dune Sea. You might try following one of our sand crawlers. They're regularly attacked. I wouldn't mind you escorting them. Very good.
I'm not gonna do what she says. I'm gonna actually help him out. We're gonna do that regardless. So...
La boda ni winkis maktoma, wana kumbes chingpa marulira, tok chingbang non kek, tok ninja mulira rabes. Kuyabi juskuna jiktanai, ina kun marulira rachikun, slimo padona, ngundi hadonga chikong kabi. La boda ni winkis maktoma, wana kumbes chingpa marulira, tok chingbang non kek, tok ninja mulira rabes. Kuyabi juskuna jiktanai. Ina kun marulira rachikun, slimo padona, ngundi hadonga chikong kabi. Jawana bota ayuat tahonga chatanki dora, Kachikuita hodonga. Topada vungwalia gando do nano chuchu. Musha papampa, bola wana chitne. Bamuli slemo, boda wanga kun bes mulira rabes. Kuyami juskuna chitanai. Ina kun mama rulira rachikun. Slimo padona. Mundi hodonga chikonkabi. La boda ni winki smatoma. Wana kun bes chingpa marulira. Tok chingbang non kek. Tok ninja mulira rabes. Kuyami juskuna chitanai. Ina kun mama rulira rachikun. Slimo padona. Mundi hodonga chikonkabi. La boda ni winki smatoma. Wana kun bes chingpa marulira. Tok chingbang non kek. Tok ninja mulira rabes. Kuyami juskuna chitanai. Ina kun mama rulira rachikun. Slimo padona. Mundi hodonga chikonkabi. La boda ni winki smatoma. Wana kun bes chingpa marulira. Tok chingbang non kek. Tok ninja mulira rabes. Kuyami juskuna chitanai. Ina kun mama rulira rachikun. Slimo padona. Mundi hodonga chikonkabi. La boda ni winki smatoma. Wana kun bes chingpa marulira. Tok chingbang non kek. Tok ninja mulira rabes. Kuyami juskuna chitanai. Ina kun mama rulira rachikun. Slimo padona.
Oh, don't worry, I will look into it.
La boda ni winki smatoma. Wana kun bes chingpa marulira. Tok chingbang non kek. Tok ninja mulira rabes.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into it, don't worry. We will be doing the swoop races, just not in this video. We are over 30 minutes and I don't want to get that.
Lord Malak was most displeased when he learned you had escaped Terrace alive. He has promised a great reward to whoever destroys you.
What? Yes?
Life ever read Okay. Double lightsaber, awesome. I can change the color on that. This is why I prefer taking Matthew during these missions. If you're going to be talking to her, especially love interest and all that. That way when these happen, pop up and check on her and everything. So the one you're planning to romance wise, I would highly check them out. Bring them with you. That way when these things happen. Boo! But,
How can I help? I do. I've been watching you, studying you closely to see what kind of progress you've made since your training at the hands of Master Zar. You never give up, do you? I admit, I'm interested in you. I find you intriguing, compelling even, but it's not what you think. You have a great gift. You have an awesome command of the Force, and I tremble when I think of how you might misuse it. What? No, of course not. Not like that, anyway. In many ways, you are dangerous. You could be the savior of the galaxy, or you could bring untold destruction upon us all. I've seen how you've resisted many temptations and continued to walk the path of the light side. Very commendable. But I'm afraid you might stray from this path. You need to see what the dark side represents in its entirety. For it is what we battle. Only the wisdom of a Jedi Master can truly explain this, but I will do my best to make you understand. The dark side is not simply giving in to anger, temptation, to use the Force to destructive ends. These things only lead to the dark side. The dark side grows stronger and more insidious the closer you draw to it. It begs you to surrender to it, to release all its terrible power, and it becomes harder and harder to resist. And once you stop resisting, it's too late. It twists you up inside and turns you into a mockery of everything you once stood for. I am no less resistant to temptation than any other. I simply have the benefit of training that you do not. But even the training of the Jedi might not be enough to save us. We need only to look at the atrocities which have been committed by those under its sway to understand the terrible, corrupting evil of the dark side. Millions dead, and far more suffering. What sort of person would you have to become to perform such deeds gladly? That is why the dark side is so insidious. If you are not careful, you do not even see each small step you take towards it until it's too late. It's so easy to think that we would never fall prey to such a horror, that we have unlimited control, vigilance, and foresight. If only that were true. The Sith have become powerful because there are many Jedi who've succumbed to the lure of the dark side and joined their cause. What greater weapon is there than to turn an enemy to your cause, to use their own knowledge against them? We are weakened while they are strengthened, so we must harden our hearts and do whatever is required to fight against the dark side, even when the battle becomes wearying. I don't know. The vision of our future is clouded by shadows cast from the dark side, but I sense something ominous lurking in those shadows. But words alone cannot save one from the dark side. Come, we should continue with the task at hand. When the time comes, I only hope we are all strong enough to do what we must.
Right there, then we need to put that down wide. Throw it out that way.
So, Bastila, I heard a rumor that the Vulkars captured you without much of a struggle. It must be embarrassing to be bested by a handful of street thugs.
There were extenuating circumstances, and I can assure you, it took far more than a handful of Vulkars to subdue me.
Whatever you say. All I know is that if we had more Jedi like Bastila fighting against us in the Mandalorian Wars, my side might not have lost.
Bold talk from a broken-down mercenary who is serving at Davik's heel. I'd call you his pet calf-hound, but they have enough loyalty not to turn on their masters.
Insults? Maybe if your master had trained your lightsaber to be as quick as your tongue, you could have escaped those Vulkars, you spoiled little Jedi princess.
I was not spoiled. I was given the same training as everyone else in the Order. You are nothing but... No, I must not do this. There is no emotion. There is peace.
That's the problem with you Jedi. Always chanting about peace and control. Never up for a good fight. Well, except for Revan, I guess.
Enough, Mandalorian. I won't rise to your bait anymore. The game is over. Let us continue on with what we were doing.
How much money do we have? This is our droid.
Uudasta sieltä, uudesta kelkiis, kolotusta. Vakuilta, kolotus, divanneput, nikelti rima, tuhtetan kelfaa, voi sidan kelfaa. Tunnitut lappannipu kelfaa, voi sidan kelfaa, vadiinuvan kelfaa. Uudasta sieltä, uudesta kelkiis, kolotusta. Mabuelta. Kolo luz Ivan Rebut. Ikel Irimo. Mabuelta. Kolo luz Ivan Rebut. Ikel Irimo.
Ah, okay.
Utastal Jelfa. Uftakel Chief. Kolo luz.
And if the unit proves even more uncooperative once we purchase it?
Utas. Uftakel Chief. Utastal Jelfa. Mabuelta. Kolo luz Ivan Rebut. Ikel Irimo. Utastal Jelfa. Uftakel Chief. Kolo luz. Mabuelta. Kolo luz Ivan Rebut. Ikel Irimo. Utas. Uftakel Chief. Utastal Jelfa. Mabuelta. Kolo luz Ivan Rebut. Ikel Irimo. Utas. Uftakel Chief. Utastal Jelfa. Utas. Uftakel Chief. Utastal Jelfa. Mabuelta. Kolo luz Ivan Rebut. Ikel Irimo.
Literally all my money goes to things first.
Kolo luz Ivan Rebut. Ikel Irimo. Tuftadan Gelfa. Moisidan Gelfa. Tuden Tufblad van Nibu Gelfa. Moisidan Gelfa. Badinugan Gelfa. Mabuel.
Statement. I see you have purchased me, Master. I find this a satisfactory arrangement. My restraining bolt will be deactivated when you take possession of me. Am I to accompany you now? Shall I kill something for you? Statement. I will enter into your service now, Master. I am certain you will make adequate use of my primary functions. My gears are practically quivering with anticipation.
What?
This off of you real quick. I know it's your gun and all, but I want to give it to you.
Ready!
It is a good gun. I'll get some stuff for him if I can, and or check the other droid off camera. And then here is already further than I want it to be, and all that stuff. So that's what I'm doing. Done. Why? Oh yeah. Oh, no, later. We gotta have a good day or night. Watch this. So, happiness.